Hi guys, in this video I'm going to review a game called Cosmic Go, augmented reality driving game by Kohda Interactive. In this game you choose your hovering spaceship and you need to compete in different mini-games, but this is a continuous mini-game. It's not like you have several game modes, it's just one run and you need to get the highest score possible. So let's jump straight to the game. Here you can see me scanning the ground. Then I can place the game. You can also resize the game. I prefer not playing it in a very small scale like you see now. I prefer a larger scale, but not too large, because then you can lose track of the car. And the game looks much better when you play it in large size. So let's stop now and let's move on to the larger size gameplay. Before the game begins, I can choose my racing ship. Just keep in mind that they cost tokens. You can see I have only 2 tokens when I start playing. After the first run, and they can cost quite a lot, like even a few thousands. It takes time, but it's something achievable, by the way. As you will soon see, if you perform good, you can get quite a lot of tokens, and it takes quite a few games, but eventually you can unlock even the expensive racing ships. So here we go. Here you can see the game, how it looks larger, in larger scale. Even this is quite large, yeah, so it's very hard. You can see if you're standing, there's some obstacles that you need to pass through, and there's many things here, and you can easily lose tracking with so large. You see, I just lost tracking of the car. Now each car looks different than the other, and they have different physics, so you can just find the one that fits your playstyle best. I actually prefer the ones to do slow turns compared to the ones that are really fast. It was very hard for me to control them. The first one is really fast. So when I got the other car, the next car, it was easier for me to progress and stay longer into the game. Now there are different type of mini games. Here you can pass through those portals, and if you pass through them, you get these extra time power-ups. And it's all about this. You need to make sure that you perform well in order to get those time power-ups, in order to increase the total time. As you can see, there's a time limit. If it reaches 0, it's game over. So what you need to do is always perform things and fast in order to get more time and stay longer in this mini game experience. And I need to praise the developer for putting up some really fun mini games. I remember using some games that they're built around this fast driving experience, but the gameplay itself was boring. Here the gameplay is really fun. It's actually, I was very concentrated, and because it requires skill, it takes time to get used to the controls. Even after that, it takes some time and concentration in order to really perform well. Now this is another game from the same company, Cosmic Challenge Racing, and I think this is different, and it's not an augmented reality, but I think they're inspired to use some of this gameplay experience in order to create something for augmented reality. Here you can see me connecting the game to the game center, so my progress can be saved, and then I can have access to the global leaderboard. Yeah, so this is something you need to do when you start playing. So this is the game played in the largest size possible. By the way, don't leave, the best is yet to come. So just take a look how this game plays in a very large scale. I was in the park, as you can see, and I just scale it as much as possible. You can also rotate it around if you want, but this is it. This is the maximum size that you can spawn the game. Those crystal shards that you see, if you bump against them, you get kind of a debuff that reduces your speed and maneuverability. So make sure that you don't bump into them. Just go around them, but don't bump into them. It's not that huge, but when it comes to time, you just can slow things down, and you just can slow your progress, and eventually you can fail. So just make sure that you don't see there's some lightning goes up, so make sure you don't intersect with them. So here, for example, I need to get a certain score, and I need to just jump like a ramp over this this structure. And the longer the jump, the better the score, and I think the better the rewards as well. So if you do like a really good jump, you get an item power-up that allows you to extend the time even more. Now these blue extended time bars just give you 5 seconds, there are one that give you even 10 and 20 seconds. And the whole idea in this game is not just to perform well and get score. Every time you perform well, do something in this minigame, you get a drop of this extended time. You need to pick it up, or if you can, you know, and it's going to disappear after a short period of time. Here is like a slalom race, or you can see the next one is you need to pass through the gate in the right direction. Here I made a mistake, I didn't pick up the time and went away. It's actually a very good one, it gave you 20 seconds. This one is 10 seconds, you see, plus 10. And again, you get score, you get drops, you need to pick up the blocks, continue getting score. And then the level changes, there are different types of minigames. Each one of them is really nice, it's really fun to play. You can see there's not a lot of time left, and the game will be over very soon. This was, you know, an early run, it took me some time, it's game over. By the way, so this is the score, token bonus, distance bonus, clear stage bonus, time extension bonus, and this is my highest score. Also, just so you know, there are two different types of control. This one with you can slide, and there's another one with arrows. So you need to find out which one you prefer best. I actually prefer this one because it allows me to better control the drift, but this is my personal preference. But of course we can change it, you can use something else, the other one, which is probably easier for some people to use in this type of games. Now in terms of visuals, I think the game looks really good. It looks good, it's very simplistic, not too many things, right? Only these shards and the mini games related objects, but I like the clean, you know, it just blends with the environment beautifully, and you know, that's all you need in order to make fun here. And it's really nice to see how the car just floats in the air, just, you know, and how it drifts over the ground. So the drifting is really cool. This game actually reminds me a few games that I played before. It's like a mix of these type of games. Let me show you. So the first one is the game that reminds me of this game is the powARdup, an ARcade game. As you can see, you need to avoid these things that coming at you, and you can get some power-ups, and you can actually eliminate them using power-ups. And again, try to get the highest score. It's a really fun game. I really like the drift in this game. The drift in the game works different because you control the car by just pointing your device where you want the car to drive to. Alright, it's different than the other controls, which are a bit complicated, by the way, compared to this approach. Second thing that reminds me of this game that we are playing, Cosmic Go, is Air Toys. And here, this is a sandbox game, but the controls and the obstacles, you know, when you jump over these ramps, kind of remind me of the Cosmic Go. Now, our game also reminds me of a game called Lightstream Racer, but because of the drifting, you know, and the really smooth movement. But the thing is that these are really completely different games, because the other one that we're playing now, Cosmic Go, you drive, you know, freely in the open space on the floor. Here you're just tied to the rails. This one I personally prefer playing, you know, a game where I can just drive the car freely, like in the next game, for example. Another game is RC Club Motorsport, where you can just drive freely with your with different cars. The controls are, you know, a bit more complicated because you have this separated buttons for the back and forward. But again, you can also build in this game. You can build ramps and just you know, just do different types of aerial tricks. So in this type of aspect, it's quite similar to Cosmic Go. Alright, back to our game Cosmic Go, and I was playing this game a lot in different areas where I played, and I enjoyed every single moment of it. Now the formula that this game is made of it works because I spend a lot of time trying to progress and actually enjoy being able to progress further into the game, because I want to discover you know, the different types of levels and challenges and mini games that are waiting for me as I progress. Now, I think there are about around 7 types of minigames. I'm not sure 100%. But the thing is that even with this, the game is really, really fun. And you actually need to continue playing and get better in order to master those types of minigames. Having said that, I wish there was an option to, to add more types of minigames. Maybe something on a weekly basis, monthly basis, something, an update that you have, know that it's good to try to progress forward because there's something new waiting for you if you do well in this game. Now, I wish there was something like a commentary in this game, something that says, follows what the screen, the textual feedback on the screen, like, well done, amazing, you're doing great, something like this, like with the voice. It can be so much, make the game so much more exciting, in my opinion. So this is the part that reminds me actually, of the game Lightstream Racer. This is just a part of a mini game that you get if you progress well. This is the first time that I was able to reach this this section. You actually need to drive, and the more you drive, the more time extensions drop items. So we need to drive, collect them, continue driving, and I need to reach a certain amount of points, and then you move on. Now, I saved the best for last, but I want to show you my best plays and actually how far I was able to progress in this game, what my highest score, and then you can see if you can break my score. And I spent quite a lot of time on this game in order to, it's not easy, but it's very intense, but I actually enjoyed, because it was so challenging, I actually enjoyed every single minute playing this game. And of course there were times like almost, really, but that's the part, the fun part of the game. Because you fail and you try again until you get the controls right, and then you were able to learn the other levels. And I'm not saying mastering them, but just playing much better than you play the previous rounds. Here you can see me reaching another level, and this was really cool because you can really make some really cool jumps. Just look at this, so much fun. It's just fun, drifting and jumping in the air. In augmented reality, it just looks great. Just looks great. And this is the end of my my best run. I was able to finish the trekking course and the parking mini game, and I was able to. I couldn't got this one, I think. Yeah, 10 seconds, but that's it. I couldn't stay longer. It was a very good run, and you soon see the score. I got really a good amount of tokens also. I'm also planning to play a lot this game a lot in order to unlock the other cars. See, so look at the score, 9,728, and this is insane. I mean, it really took me some time to get this. If you can do better than this, leave a comment, tell me, challenge me. So yeah, it's really I am proud of this achievement. Yeah, so this is the end of the review. It was a long review, but I really wanted to share so many things about this game. So the game costs $1 on the App Store as of the time of making this review, and it's definitely worth it. The game took some of the things that I really like in many of the other augmented reality games that I played, the driving games, and just put it into one single really exciting package. This game can be really fun if it had a multiplayer, even online multiplayer or local multiplayer. Maybe more mini games added, maybe on a weekly basis. maybe more different types of power-ups for speed, you know, just to keep the game you know, different every time you play it. But overall, it's a very exciting game. It's a skill-based game that requires time to master. It's not an easy game, but you really feel satisfied once you are able to progress and get a higher score. So this is why I'm really happy that, you know, someone made a game that I personally wanted to play so much, and I didn't get a chance, because the other games, you know, they were different, of course, than this game. Some of them were focused on, you know, on sandboxing, and other ones are in different types of gameplay that I wasn't too excited about, let's say it like this. But this one just brought something that I really wanted to play for a long time. If you like this video, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This helps me a lot and gives me the motivation and the support that I need in order to continue doing what I do. I'm bringing more cool videos about amazing new augmented reality games, some of them that maybe I can easily go under the radar. So until next time, guys, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, peace, see you.